Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
Oh, it's a new audience. Haven't heard you guys before.
It was a fantastic audience. They're obviously excited right now.
Very excited.
very
You can feel the energy.
Well, the hype is obviously real. I mean, we're about to talk about a brand new megalithic site with someone who was just on the ground. Yes, of course, Gary is missing in action. I heard he fell into a block of cheese and is trying to find his way out. Of course, I'm from Chicago, so famously, Chicago Bears and the Packers have been rivals for a long time. So I'm hoping he got lost. And
No, wait, I
anyway.
just got a text message. He said he's getting his hair cut and his nails done.
Okay, this makes sense.
That makes
invite
sense.
me?
He'll be right
How
there.
dare
Yeah.
he?
Yep. It's gonna have blue hair.
The North
Totally new
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got an exciting show today, though, because we got a great returning guest. Michael Collins is back. It's so great. I'm gonna try not to be upset that there's yet another person who was just in Peru, and these guys are all gonna geek out about being in Peru, talking about places that they were there together. And
Yeah. Did you guys notice what am I doing here?
Yes.
Yeah, there
the
you go.
shirt. Nice.
There you go.
Adam, I gotta
Representing.
send you. I've got one in your
Gotta get one
size.
for you.
So I gotta
I'll
send
take
you
it.
one. Okay.
All right.
I'm
not gonna be upset about that.
And that shirt
I'll rock
has
it.
legitimately been in Peru.
It
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
Yes. And
And not you.
I
Yeah.
wore it again. I had to wear it again, and it had to go back with me.
I think it's so
Well-
cool that you got to go back and you made friends with our tour guide Marcia.
Marcia.
And it was amazing because I saw a video of you and I'm like, oh look, it's Michael. And then I see who posted it. I'm like, that's Marcia.
Hey.
It wasn't
Yeah.
even your own Instagram. And
Well, she made it happen. You guys know, like after the Peru tour, I was originally going to try to get to this site, and I couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
Nobody would give me. I couldn't get a car. I couldn't work out any of the logistics, so I had to come home. And then I was like, you know what? I need somebody that can kind of work with me on this, and hit up Marcia. And she was, within a day, she had things like organized and worked out that I could have never done.
she's amazing.
And she
Yeah, she's
came
great.
with me. So she was at the site with me. So yeah, she made
so
it happen.
in the video that is just released, like 5 days ago now. Great video. You guys, I hope you watched it. I don't know if you did or not. Definitely go check it out. It'll be on his channel. But in the video, I can put a face to this Marcia that I've heard so much about for weeks now, because everyone's clearly raving about her. That's obviously who I
amazing.
want when I go to Peru eventually, because I will eventually go.
Yes.
I will go to Peru eventually. Maybe I'll bring my son when he's a little older.
There you go.
That's what I got to do.
Family
So,
trip.
I
Yeah.
guess the best way to start is, how did you even find out about this place? What put it on your radar?
Yeah. So a buddy online on Twitter, Mr. Marley, and I think I'm getting that correct. And he linked me in a post and sent me some pictures about it. And as the channel's been growing, I get a lot of people sending me pictures from
this
stuff
out.
all over the world. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of them are really good, and I checked those out, and this one was just, I was like, immediately I was like, I have to get down there as soon as possible. And so, um, yeah, there's not much more to it than that. I did. I just
Yeah.
bought a ticket as soon
Right.
as I could,
Yeah, makes
and
sense.
got down there. So, you know, what what really grabbed my attention about this is, I've been to so many different places around the world for years now, that this just looked so similar to Baalbek and even Aswan. These quarries around the world with these massive megaliths,
Wow.
and it just really stood out to me. Now, the interesting thing about this picture is that you know, like back in July, they cleared this whole area, or maybe a little after July. Um, and all of these are just, they're blocks. So some of them don't quite, like, for example, that top left one looks like maybe it's jagged or something in different
Yeah.
places, but it's not. It's just overgrown. They're all like perfect rectangles, and they're just completely overgrown.
So in July they cleared it out, and by the time you got back, it was already like almost. You could see there's a line here of. Here, I can see if I can zoom in. Of overgrowth,
Hmm.
like right here. So it's already trying to overtake
Yeah.
these rocks again.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Wow.
100%. And they've actually, underneath that big one that you're just pointing at, they
Mhm.
found bones and utensils and stuff down there.
Really?
Ooh.
Oh, do you have any pictures of those at all?
No, I don't know who took them, but somebody there in the local village has them. Um,
That's insane.
but it's
Those are
so
huge.
overgrown that when I went there, you can't even see the bottom. So I wasn't even able to determine if it was attached to the bedrock or not,
Right.
like Baalbek or Aswan. But yeah, I mean, they're just these perfect rectangles.
That one is
And
awfully
shaped. Yeah, right.
straight.
Yeah, this
The
one looks like a
whole,
pillar straight up. Like
yeah, all along the sides and down they're just perfectly flat on each side.
Wow. How did you bring a measuring tape? Just out of curiosity, how big these
Didn't.
were? Ah, dang it.
I know. I'm gonna catch so much shit next time.
and to look at the area around. Were there any other rock structures that looked this square, or this just complete anomaly? It's got to be man-made.
Yeah, there's
Like
about
looking at the footage, is
blocks like this that we can see or are known about as of now. 6 massive megalithic blocks like that, and then
Did you
smaller
see?
ones like that.
Sorry, I was just going to ask. Did you see a bunch of any of rocks that were similar to that weren't perfectly cut? You know, like
Yes.
were they naturally there? Okay,
Yeah, well,
you did.
so that picture right there, if you hold on that for a second,
Yeah.
look to have, and this is great because after just going to Peru, do you guys remember some of the places that we went that looked like they had kind of steps? There was plenty of places where it looked like there's steps or like ledges carved down into the bedrock and different things. So
everywhere.
those right there have features like that in them. So, you know, in different areas in Peru, there'll be like these rough hewn natural looking rocks, but on one side it'll be like steps or like things carved into it. But the whole rest of the rock or whatever rock face is still natural.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that there's a couple rocks right there behind that that megalith there that have like ledges like that. So it's very interesting. And of course we found the other stuff there too in the area. Like the possible cart ruts here. And I
This
was
is
able to
cool.
scan these. And the cool thing about this is that I've been documenting cart ruts for the last year around the world,
Yeah.
and have some really good data on that I'll be able to
And
compare this to.
Yeah, you said
And
you LiDAR scanned it, 3D scanned it to kind of so you can compare directly the
so we'll be
different
able
ones
to,
around the world. Yeah.
yeah, we'll be able to take the measurements from this and compare them to ones in Malta, in Texas and Austin, and a bunch of other sites that I've scanned. and do
And
some
you didn't know they were there.
We got some. I had. So here's the thing. I had seen these in a video one time, and then I
Yeah.
forgot where the video was, and I knew that they were in Peru, and I was flipping out because I was like, oh, this is, because I saw it like a year ago when I was filming cart ruts, and I never was able to find it
Lost.
again. Walked right up on them while I was going to see
Wild.
it. It just blew my mind. Yeah. So it was amazing to be able to just walk up onto this. Yeah, but my guide was like, "Oh, check this out," and I was like, "What? Oh my god!"
He's like, "Oh, this is
Don't
kind of a
mind
cool
if I
thing."
do.
Yes.
You're like, "Yeah, it's something I do."
So this there's nothing else in the Americas like this.
Right. Giant megalithic stones.
Correct. Yeah. So everything else that's like this is like Baalbek or in Egypt. And the type of what we're looking at here is wholly different from the type of stoneworking that we see throughout the rest of Peru.
Yeah.
Everything else looks very molded.
Yeah, this looks like a completely different style. I mean, it is a quarry, so possibly they take this, but it's a different type of stone even. It doesn't even look anywhere close to the rest of Peru.
So I was told it was limestone by the locals. I was told it was limestone. And I'll be going back. And when I go back, we're working on an agreement to clear the area for me when I come.
Really?
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get this type of pitch, because this isn't my picture here. This is from earlier in the year. And I'm hoping that when I get back, we'll be able to...
I can see how much they've cleared it then.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You mentioned Baalbek and Egypt, and the main differences between these three sites is Baalbek and Egypt have used these giant stones, in the different foundations of the work and buildings that you see around there. Does that exist in Peru? Like, is there megalithic blocks like this used somewhere, or are they just here?
Not like this. Not these kind of straight cut blocks. And so with this, that's why this is so exciting, because it would be wholly unique to Peru.
Mm-hmm.
There's maybe something kind of similar on Machu Picchu. There's an area where it just looks like a whole bunch of broken rocks there in the middle of Machu Picchu, but they're not like this, and there aren't walls and stuff like at Baalbek with these blocks that anywhere in the Americas like this that would be comparable. So
do you think it was destroyed somehow? Like you those pictures with the stones with the steps on it, they look like they were almost blasted apart. Like we look at Pumapunku and the H blocks, and like that looked like it got destroyed.
Right. So that would be something that's similar, right? What this look of destruction in areas to the stones and then being scattered. You see it at Sacsayhuaman, you see it at Machu Picchu. A lot of the major sites, you see a level of destruction in the stone as if they're like a bomb went off and they scattered.
Right.
And so
that's the thing about Machu Picchu too, is like Machu Picchu wasn't found by the Spaniards, and even it is like it's all destroyed, and not just like eroded, destroyed, because you see some of the erosion there and like the ground erosion damage, but the rocks are literally spread out. Like it is weird.
Yes. Yeah, like an explosion. Like there's something blew up a whole rock face or side of the cliff or something, or like when we all walked up through Sacsayhuaman, through that one whole area that looked like everything was just blown up and turned over and upside down, and
and not small rocks that you'd think, okay, maybe some people tore down a building and separated all the rock, like massive multi-100-ton stones, like like they're not just like easily like flipped over. Like looks like it went from this top broke off and flipped over and put over here.
Right.
It's not just simple stuff. Like,
And it's the size of a house.
yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, what can do that? I don't know. It's crazy. So the interesting thing about this area is it's, you know, the locals say that the Chachapoyas culture lived here in this area.
Where is this area, by the way? Just
So it's in the north of Peru. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
in the north of Peru in the Amazonian Andes.
Okay.
And
How far from Machu Picchu or Cusco? Just as like a reference point.
So this is
Far,
This is, the closest major city is Tarapoto, and that's 3 hours away. That's 3 hours to the south of this location.
Wow. Okay.
And the locals attribute a lot of different things there to the Chachapoyas culture. Now the Chachapoyas culture, they were conquered by the Incas before the Spanish conquest, but they had a territory. They had a large kingdom. It was a huge territory, and Chachapoyas is warriors of the clouds, and so they had a lot of mountaintop temples and structures, fortifications, and cities. Culepa, can't remember what the major city is. I think I have it written down, but I think only 5% of their structures and territories has even been excavated. There's so much that's just been overgrown from the jungle.
Yep.
And
that's where the foundations that we're using these are probably sitting under the jungle somewhere.
It could be, right? And this is where what's getting so cool about the community lately is there's so many people doing work offline that aren't, maybe aren't traveling, but they're contributing in other ways by just scouring over Google Earth and then finding LiDAR and different stuff that's been done and overlapping things and then putting it all together and
so
communicating with guys like me who will just like instantly buy a ticket and go out to these sites and see if we can find something.
So I'm looking at like even just the map of Peru in that area, the Tarapoto, and there are so many kind of like reservation, conservation areas where there's probably so much dense forest, kind of like how it's probably just hidden. No one knows, or unless you're a local. That's the only way you'd know about it.
Right, because I had to go way up into the jungle here and climb up over the side of a mountain and up the side of a mountain.
Yeah. And like if you look at where the area here, there's Tarapoto, there's this conservation here, here.
So the interesting thing is this area too, when you zoom into the area that this site is at, it's blurred out.
What?
Really?
On Google Earth. Yeah.
What?
The whole area is blurred out. So you can't zoom in and get a clear image. Yeah. And it's weird. It's all around that surrounding area.
What?
It's really odd.
That's weird.
But last time that happened was Alaska, or not Alaska, Antarctica with the pyramids that they claim have been blurred out on Google Earth.
Wow. So they're aware of it, clearly, whoever they is.
Right.
Yeah, who's they though,
That's the big question. Chat,
I was looking before I was looking today before coming on with you guys because I wanted to double check and make sure. And sure enough, yeah, you can see the boundary line of where it's all blurred out through this whole area of mountain range on Google Earth.
Crazy.
So
there's just people living here, living their whole life.
Yeah, it looks like there's just a farm.
Just a megalithic site, just right
next to it. It is, yeah.
Sure, kids have played on it for hundreds of years,
Old
so it's on private property. Okay. So you can't just go out there. I had to set everything up through the gentleman so the first person to document the site was a gentleman named Dilmer. He's a local in the region and does tour guides, and he has a YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is called Discovering Impressive Places. It's in Spanish, so it's Descubriendo Lugares Impresionantes. So my foreign language skills are horrible, but but there you go. And he set up me being able to go through do all this, but it's on private land. And so there's a family that has this little, I mean, it's a shack, and they live on the property, and she has a bunch of kids, and they were running and playing all over it. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I saw the
yeah,
picture of the family. So is that
that's
all
the
of them
family.
that live there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were real nice. Cooked us some food, and it was
Of
amazing.
course.
Fresh eggs, just straight off, out of, you know, like out of
Right
the,
out of the chicken.
Right out of
Oh,
chicken.
yeah,
Right out of the
hoo-ha.
yeah, it was amazing, and they were so sweet and accommodating. And I had such a blast getting to know them. I mean, you know, as well as I could, not speaking the same languages, but yeah, they were very, very hospitable and kind, and it was really, really cool to spend time with them and get to know them. The kids were running around and playing, but yeah, they go over there and just were climbing all over these things.
Yeah. I hope with like
I
the
would.
discovery of this,
Yeah.
like that their home still stays preserved amongst all of this, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm sure it's
know.
crazy seeing, oh my God, we literally live on history.
Yeah.
Like it's right there in our backyard. We just
Either
never
that,
knew.
or hopefully the Peruvian government finds it a good spot to like, hey, we're gonna purchase this from you, give
Protect
you
it.
money, protect it, and then they could live in a better place. We're seeing like in Turkey where they're doing that, but it's bad. They're just like throwing people off of land. So hopefully
Yeah.
they'll do the right thing. This gets big.
Yeah. So everybody up there on that mountainside, they grow coffee's a big thing up there. So there's coffee growing everywhere up there. And I got to try some. It's delicious, by the way. But
Bet.
I love coffee. So, but it was good. Yeah, the whole mountainside up there is like this little village. And I say little, I mean it's little, like everything's spread out. It's not like there's anything like close to each other to make it a village, really, except for right near them. There's maybe 5 structures. And that's about as dense as it gets. Otherwise, everybody just kind of lives scattered across the
So like
mountainside there.
population wise, you think it's less than 100?
Oh yeah. Maybe 40 or something like that, if I remember
Wow.
correctly.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no running water
Super
or
remote.
anything like that, stuff like that. Yeah. So
Where'd you stay? And how long were you up
well,
there for?
yeah, so that's the thing. There's not a lot of options, right? So it's a 3-hour drive up there from Tarapoto. So we had to get up really early, drive out there, and then it's not like you can drive up to it. So you have to just, because there's areas that are impassable. So we had to leave the car and then hike. And that, took a few hours. And then so by the time, we got there, I had maybe 2 or 3 hours there, maybe.
Before you had to
And
turn back?
then we had to go back and then
Wow.
make the drive back to Tarapoto.
That's a long day.
Yeah, it was a long day, and it makes it kind of impractical to do a couple in a row. So we're still communicating, me and Dilmer, and so that figuring out next time how to stay out there closer to the area so that I
Camp
can
or
get a full
something?
week.
Tent?
Yeah, get a full
Yeah.
weekend. But the mosquitoes, it was like,
Oh, are
it
you
was
just
bad.
bitten all over?
oh yeah, my back still.
Oh,
I got back Thursday, I think. Yeah.
Ugh.
And I had to cover myself in DEET. Yeah, it was no joke on the mosquitoes for sure. I'm
Oh
just
my
glad there
God.
weren't ticks. That's my least favorite thing.
yeah. So has there
Ugh.
been any interest outside of like our community from this site? Like anybody
question.
investigating this further?
No, the only thing out in the public up until I released the video was Dilmer's videos, and I think the only reason now I say that his I think one of his videos has over 300,000 views, but I think the reason why it hasn't really blown up in terms of awareness as far as like in America or different places, it's because it's all in Spanish.
Yeah,
So you can't
yeah.
really understand anything. You're just watching the video for the images, really, unless you speak Spanish. So, but yeah, it was discovered this year. First video came out in July from Dilmer on his channel, and then I was able to get down there and drop the video. We released it a few days ago. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
last
so
week
chat.
sometime.
I need you to go out on Twitter and just bombard Joe Rogan with this, because he's.
Yeah.
This sounds like it's right up his alley. He needs
It's
to know
true.
about it.
I'm
Like,
dropping a short that your brother did for me, and that's going to be a banger, man.
I hope, yeah, because I want more people to find out about this site and like get a geologist to go out there, get some more investigators to like check this out and try to find some more. Like, look at those artifacts that you said that they were found under there. Like, maybe invest to find more. Like, it'd be great to really see this site get
So I've
fully
got
explored.
I did a real good breakdown thread on X, and that's on my on my profile there on X, that anybody can go look at, and it breaks down all these pictures and explains a lot of this stuff in detail. And I'll drop that short tonight, and I'm really happy with that short. It breaks everything down and goes over all of it and shows all the images in under a minute, and so that'll be cool. I'll be dropping that tonight after we do the interview.
Wow.
Nice.
So
Looking forward to
cool.
that.
That's so cool. Now I want to one day, and I imagine this, especially when the scientists, like the really hardcore scientists, and maybe these alt YouTuber historical adventurers. I don't really know what to call it.
Alt history, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'd like a marriage between the two of them, because it would be so cool to get someone who's actually an expert on like the actual rocks and whatnot, and then take samples and test these
Right.
and then see what they can come up with.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most detrimental things, having people who are just so anti-alt history
Yeah.
against this, because like these discoveries, that's what being a scientist is about, is having all
Yo.
this. But hey,
He
whatever.
got back from his getting his nails did.
Yeah.
What color did you get?
What color did you get?
Oh, I've got flesh tone color, you know.
Oh. Clear, nice, right?
Clear.
Nice.
Clear. I got some mani petties. What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What up?
I'm behind. How we doing?
That's okay.
Hey, nice
You're-
studio, Michael. Is that your studio, or are you actually in the
Oh,
jungle of Peru? Right
I'm
now?
still in Peru, and we're live on location out here.
Awesome. The internet is fucking great out there.
Yeah.
Holy
Starlink
shit,
is
man.
another thing,
So
man.
much better
It's
than
Starlink,
Canadian
man.
internet.
Elon's hooking it up.
Starlink. Sorry to interrupt. A little trafficky on the way back. So what's
The
going
Packers
on?
win or lose?
Oh, they won. They killed them. They killed the Niners.
Nice.
But the Niners had a backup quarterback was out. Everybody was injured. Bosa was out. So, and it was cold.
So they have their excuses. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lambeau Stadium is
Lambeau's
notoriously cold.
awesome, dude. It is awesome.
Cool.
Packer drunk Packer fans driving out of a stadium, not awesome.
Oh no.
Right.
Were the roads frozen?
No, it was just raining. No, it was 2 accidents on the way out, or I would have been here on
Of
time.
course.
Sorry, folks. Back to cool stuff. Forget
Yeah.
sports ball. My voice is a little fried though. Sorry. Ooh. Okay, I'm sure
Yeah.
you've been asked this already, Michael, but I want to know. Was there any hey, quit being selfish, chat? Okay, think about me.
You got new people in chat, maybe they tuned in just
Yeah,
now.
true.
Haven't seen it.
Good
Ask
point.
again.
Did you see? Have we gotten to the part where have you seen anything around this? Any roads? Any other structures outside of this, or is this stuff kind of like on its own?
Yeah. So we have what appear to be cart ruts,
Whoa!
petroglyphs. They've found bone fragments and utensils underneath one of those megaliths. There is, I didn't mention this before, guys. The right, like a mountain over or so, is a mountain called the they just call it the Pyramid Mountain, and they said the locals think it's a pyramid, and it is. It's shaped like a pyramid. They pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, it comes up like a peak.
Yeah.
No pictures?
No pictures.
Michael.
Yeah, no, it was far enough away, and we had already gotten in the car when they pointed it out to me.
You're like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a pyramid
Yeah.
right there.
Mountain over there.
Exactly,
Looks like
I
a
know.
pyramid.
What do you
Oh, by the way,
mean?
there's a crashed
Yeah.
UFO behind a pyramid. We forgot
Right.
to tell
Yeah,
you.
it's back then. Whatever. You wouldn't be interested in that, would you?
Nah.
Yeah, you
Who
would.
told you? Oh, it was a big, tall, hairy guy. We call
Yeah.
him Bigfoot.
Oh yeah. So
Wow.
I think
So
they're
you
just
got
trying
to
to
check
get me
that
to
out when
come
you
back.
go back. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you go back,
definitely.
you got to check it out.
Definitely got to check it out when I go back. So there's a bunch more. Like I was telling you guys, I was pretty limited on time just because of the remote location. So, yeah, when I go back, we're trying to figure out how to make it happen for me to be there for 2 or 3 days straight, and that
Right.
would give me the opportunity to walk over to the Pyramid Mountain and explore it. That would be amazing. But I did scan the cart ruts, and that right there is what I'm really looking forward to, because I've been scanning cart ruts around the world, and I'm looking forward to comparing those. If we get matches in terms of dimensions on the cart ruts, then we've really got something there.
Yeah.
Because we've been making, my buddy Sean has been breaking down all the data, and he works with this type of stuff for a living. So I'm optimistic, to say the least.
yeah.
I think it'll be really cool to have something to show everybody on that. But yeah, there's a few other features in that picture right there we were talking about earlier. There's like those rocks in the background have what appear to be kind of carved out steps like you would see in other locations in Peru, and the rock side and the cliff sides and stuff. You'd see these carved out step type areas and things. And you have that going on there in those formations in the back, which I found to be really interesting. And yeah, it sucks I didn't include a picture of that. I just didn't even think of it. But those three right there look to have these like ledge tiered formations in them.
You can definitely see it
in
right
the
here.
middle.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
that
The
one,
middle one's
yeah.
pretty clear.
And the one to the right, that one has these like 3 or 4 different steps on one side, which
Cool.
yeah.
I wonder if there are steps, or if they're, because they look rather large, if they were more functional as far as like putting them together as a puzzle piece. Of course, I'm assuming that these were used, or were planning to be used as some sort of building block, right? Or-
Yeah, I would think if these are if this is a quarry, which is what it strikes me as in terms of, just comparing it to other places that I've been to around the world, that's what this looks like. Yeah, I mean, I would assume it'd be somewhat similar to, the Trilithon there at Baalbek, perhaps, because these are shaped more like blocks than they are obelisks. There isn't a narrowing down of the
Yeah.
blocks or
Right.
anything else or anything on the end. They maintain
It
their
re-
shape.
Right, it reminds me of Baalbek, when you see those I forget the name of it, the giant foundation stones that are very clearly pre-Roman, whatever
Yeah,
is above
The
it.
Trilithon.
The
Trilithon.
Trilithon, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's wild, but they were used, they were there,
Yeah.
and somehow they got these stones into position, and that
Mhm.
stone looks an awful lot like what you just found in Peru.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I've walked
I
on both
mean-
of them. I mean, that's me right there.
Yeah,
And the things are massive. Now, Baalbek's bigger,
right.
but these stones are still in Peru that I just documented. Yeah, they're nothing to scoff at all. They're massive. Baalbek's just on another level comparatively to anywhere
Mhm.
else in the world. So, but they hugely look similar in shape, size, formation. You look at the top is thinner than the side, so it's not a perfect rectangle.
Yeah.
But the sides are wider than they are across the top there. But and that's the shape of these blocks in Peru as well.
It's a
And
smaller version of it.
Yeah.
right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's the straightness.
I really
So
want to
no
know more
chance-
about the bones. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said that they found bones under that large
Under that.
rock.
So
So that means it was buried under it?
Yeah, specifically pointed out underneath where you that top left
Area?
one, that area there, under there they
the big
found
one,
stuff.
the
Zoom in.
giant one.
Uh-huh.
So that could be carbon dated with a more accurate
Right,
ish,
right.
right? I mean, as far as carbon dating goes, but like that would give us a good estimate as far as because it was under the rock. I'm
Mhm.
so curious about that. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want more information about those bones.
So we've been talking and back and forth, myself and Delmer, who helped facilitate me getting up there.
Yeah.
And so we've been having some good conversations. I'm looking forward to getting back up there. There's something to keep in mind here too, is that, you know, it may be kind of hard to tell, but you can walk across some of that area where the growth is, and you could fall right down into some of those areas. I mean,
So
it's
this is a
Like this
pile of
isn't the
rocks.
ground. This is like
that's not the ground. No,
Yeah.
it's a huge amount of overgrowth.
This used to be a
Um,
building then. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like this
Yeah,
was
just
a
a-
destroyed
Perhaps
megalithic site.
collapsed. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the vibe I'm getting from this.
I wonder if
Like, I
you
don't
can
And you
like
have these.
build them
these-
back up again, like just connect the
That's-
dots.
See if
Well,
we could.
that would
if you
require a
could.
lot of work.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
just talking
but-
about on the computer.
yeah.
Right,
If you could 3D
Clear the
scan
area,
them,
3D
clear the
scan.
They
area.
did that with the
And then-
Puka Puka special that
With
they
the
had
Ace
Michael
box.
Collins. They had Michael Collins drone footage on. They did
That's
that
right.
in the Ancient Alien special. with Puka
Oh, that's
Puka.
right. Yeah.
rebuild it.
Yeah.
True.
Down in Bolivia. Yeah. Tiwanaku, Pumapunku. Yeah. That
I think
was-
you found something really important. This site that you found, especially when on your way out they go, "Oh, hey, there's a pyramid right there."
Yeah,
Gary, did you
Oh.
catch that part? I don't know if you were
Yeah.
here.
I did.
Okay, yeah. A pyramid mountain. It's a pyramid that's right next to this spot that clearly is a big pile of megalithic stones.
Right.
There's something there.
Put you in the middle.
So and again, the locals, they told me several times that, the Chachapoyas culture lived in this area. But the Chachapoyas culture, if you look at their sites, they didn't have this type of megalithic building construction. Their
Yeah.
sites aren't, they're not even comparable to what you see down in Cusco and stuff at these sites like Machu Picchu, Sacsayhuaman, or any of them.
Okay.
It's more akin to stacked stones and stuff that, a person could lift and carry in place.
It's
So-
the Peruvian way. Oh, I found this amazing spot. I'm going to live here and add to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's but only 5% estimated of the Chachapoyas' sites in these areas and stuff have been uncovered. And the Amazonian Andes
Right.
is a huge area, and you have to consider like what you're seeing here at this site with the overgrowth. I mean, when you start getting even deeper out into the jungle and the mountains, I mean, the level of overgrowth is it's got to be just massive. So it'd be really hard to find some of this stuff. And again, when you clear stuff, it's back to being completely overgrown within like a month or two, depending
Yeah,
on the time of
right.
year.
Well, we
You
just
know,
talked to Luke Caverns last week, and he was showing us this pyramid in the middle of the jungle, and it doesn't look the jungle goes like this and barely goes whoop,
The
but
tallest pyramid.
it's the tallest pyramid, and it barely even scratches the surface of the growth. So you could see that being all over South America, all
Yep.
of the Amazon, just tons of these locations like this. It's like almost every time you open up the canopy, we find more like civilizations. Like, oh no, there's a city,
Right.
there's another pyramids, there's some more. It's insane.
and every time any type of quality work gets done, they uncover more and more larger cities, huge networked highways and road
Yep.
systems and all sorts of stuff. And we know that there were cultures living all throughout these areas that are overgrown now. And so there's no reason at all that you wouldn't assume that you wouldn't find more. And especially in a place like Peru, where you already have this type of massive undertaking of moving and quarrying and lifting and placing these megalithic stones
Yeah.
at sites all over. You know, this feels like a really good mystery to dive into, this site, you know? So of
Yeah.
course I had to jump onto it. And I'm glad I got to go back because, as you guys know, I was trying to make it happen off the tour, but once I figured it out, I was out there in a couple weeks after the tour ended. But
So you're
yeah,
planning to
couldn't
go
pass
back
up.
when you thinking you're gonna go back?
Hopefully early in 25. I'll be able to get back there. I think the weather, it's spring and starts raining up there. I think is it spring or their stuff's backwards, or fall
Yeah.
maybe. They have a
Fall.
wet season in like March, I think. So it's you know, hopefully I can get back there before then. But sometime around there.
I wanted to
Yeah,
bring it
so
back
hopefully
to the
soon.
cart ruts. You
Yeah.
found cart ruts there. Now you saw these in a video a year ago, so they were on your radar. You
Mhm.
are probably, of the people that we've talked to, the person who knows about cart ruts the most. So I wanted to ask you a few things about it. First off, like, what are cart ruts?
Yeah,
Just
there's a
simple,
lot of different
break
theories,
them
and I
down.
think, yeah, absolutely. So they're carved out grooves in the bedrock in areas that generally maintain their distance from each other in shape. So there's a lot of different theories. I know a lot of people keep telling me that a lot of people keep commenting on my videos that they were like used for electrical lines or waterways and stuff. So we've been LiDAR scanning, and I say we, me and my buddy Sean, and breaking down the data. And I don't think it supports any of that. What 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 it does support is some type of um, transportation system in place. And the theory that I'm working with now is it seems that these are usually attached. I seem to always find these near or in
Wow.
an ancient quarry site. So
Okay.
that is a connection that I've
Yeah.
been making, and it would appear kind of the working theory that I'm going off the data that we have so far is that these cart ruts are some kind of system that was put in place for removing stone. And I almost think that it was like a blocking system. It was like a unit of measurement in between, and they were removing blocks of stone. So they're, and that's why they maintain their shape and it's so exact. But that's also why you have areas where it couldn't have been an actual some kind of wheeled vehicle or something, because there's areas, especially and specifically in Malta, where the level changes so drastically it can never work. Or you have curves and no car, it would break an axle on some of these curves and stuff. You know, it wouldn't stay in a groove at the angle that they're turning in. So, you know, right now, if what I feel like is that the cart ruts have something to do with these quarry sites. And if you look where you find cart ruts, you I think most of the time you can find quarrying, and the same with quarrying. A lot of times, you if you look around enough, you might be able to find these cart ruts. But they seem connected to me, and so finding them here would make sense if this was a quarry site for these massive megalithic blocks. So I can't wait to go over the data. You know, I just got back from this trip and was able to get the video out, but we'll be breaking down that video. We've been working for a while on the data and the video from these different sites that I've been documenting for the last year to put out something really good with all that information. And now I got to probably push that back a little bit, because if this lines up with our other findings, well, obviously we want to include this because this would be groundbreaking. So you know, I say this. I know a lot of people are waiting for that video to come out, but I hope that it takes longer than expected, because that would be a good thing. That means we're including this information, and we have to put that all together and do a comparison with this site with these other sites that I've documented around the world. So that would be a good thing if the video ends up taking longer than expected.
It's awesome. So you found the measurements at this site here in Peru to be similar to the other sites in the world?
I haven't broke it down yet.
It's going to be included, right?
Yeah, I just scanned them, so I haven't
curious.
even looked at the data. But I will tell you this: I've visited dozens and dozens of cart sites, and I don't know what that face is I'm making there in the picture, but I was feeling excited. So
It's like you're mean mugging. You're like, yeah, I'm really got this cart right.
How far did they go into the forest? Like, did
they just disappeared?
Yeah, they just ended right there.
Yeah, well, off where the, like, behind me there, the rock area ends, and they just stops. But there are other areas where it like goes under rock, but then comes out in another area where it was overlaid with rock. But that's not exactly abnormal for cart ruts. I've seen cart ruts do all kinds of things, and I've seen them go off cliffs, directly off cliffs. I've seen them go straight out into the ocean. You know,
Malta has them underwater.
Right. Yeah, they go straight out into the ocean. Malta also has ones that just go directly off a cliff. They go straight into rock faces, and all sorts of stuff. So there's no, the cart ruts is a nice little mystery to chew on. Yeah. If people haven't heard about it before, it's a nice rabbit hole to dive into, for sure. But I don't agree with the water conduits and electricity lines for an ancient race.
Oh, is that?
Unfortunately, for people that keep blowing up my comments about it.
We do have a question here, and I'm curious about this as well. This is from LE, the final metamorphosis, says, any indication the site dates back to the Younger Dryas period?
Yeah, I would. Okay, so there's no evidence of that yet. But I would assume, my opinion would be that if this is an ancient site and we can determine that at some point or whatever, which I lean towards. I just think it's kind of, it just looks like common sense. But I think that this would be way older than anything that's been going on in the area for the last 1,000 years. I mean, the Chachapoyas culture went back to like the 800 AD, and the Chachapoyas culture exhibited no type of abilities in terms of working with megaliths like this. And if I'm wrong about that, somebody please correct me, but their structures for the Chachapoyas culture is not megalithic, and it doesn't look like this. There's some
like
pictures
cobble.
there. You can see it's stacked rock. Yeah, stacked rock. So Kulap is, this is something that workers could do, right? Just carrying rocks and stacking them and fitting them. These aren't megalithic, and that was one of the main sites there, the Kulap site, and their most famous site in the area too. So I would think that these predate all that and are much older. I know some of us has had the conversation around some of this stuff, and I know you guys have talked about it before. When you start getting into stuff like the Younger Dryas and these, when we start going back 10,000 years and you start talking about sites like Baalbek and stuff, and you start looking at the layers. So the lowest layers being the most advanced and the largest megalithic structure parts of the structures, and it gets less and less advanced as you go up in levels.
Yeah.
And I think this would be more akin to those bottom levels of work.
Yep. I mean, when you compare to the damage that Pumapunku has, obviously something decimated that area. And like, if there's pitfalls and these stones are actually stacked upon other stones, I mean, I can't help but think that where are all the megalithic sites? You've been to the Sage Wall, right? We're going to talk about what's the other one you just were at?
Keweenaw Wall,
right? There's these remnants of the Americas having these megalithic sites, but obviously something wiped them off the planet. And what have we been talking about? What is the main thing? Well, Randall Carlson, Graham Hancock, they've been talking about the impact theory, and that hit the North American ice sheet. And what would destroy these things but a mass amount wall of earth and water with the force of, who knows how powerful that would have been, but just
these
it
look
makes sense
scattered
to me. Yeah, I'm glad that person asked, because I was thinking about it. It was on my in my mind to ask about it and talk about it.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
If you pull up a drone shot of the site, they look scattered.
They do.
Tumbled about.
Yeah, what if the North American ice sheet, let's say the impact theory is correct, right? Earth did get hit by a lot of asteroids and the ice sheet got hit. But what if that wasn't the only thing that got hit, right? What if out in the Pacific, right outside Peru, got hit with a massive wall, something, or even somewhere around this area got hit, and it was an earthquake, it was a wall of water, it was a wall of stone and earth. Like, who knows, right? We're so focused on North America.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched what was the movie? 2012?
2012.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cusack.
Oh, him.
Totally real, by the way.
Yeah.
Especially
Cusack,
driving through LA.
favorite actor.
Yeah.
He's so underrated.
Oh, God.
Such a nice guy on Twitter too. Just really reaches out to fans, gets along with them. Yeah.
What's interesting to me about this site is that there's not a whole lot around it. Like if it was a quarry site, you feel like there would be more around it, but it feels like it's almost like it just was either a building, like you were saying, Adam, like a building that they built and then it just demolished, or it's in transit. Like this is where they took from wherever the quarry is to wherever the quarry rocks are going. And it
you said it earlier. You said it earlier about Luke Caverns has mentioned that new pyramid, right? And you only saw the top, and it's bigger than the Great Pyramid in Giza, right?
Yeah.
So,
and here's the thing, like,
I think that's what we're seeing, just the tip.
Just gotta clean all that off.
Pause.
Back there. Pause.
Just the
buried. Yeah, that's a great explanation. Buried. Yeah.
If this is a quarry site and it's similar to stuff like Aswan or Baalbek, we know we have a certain amount of, like, a radius that would make sense to work within from this site. Here's the problem for those that want to be internet sleuths about this, is the whole area on Google Earth is blurred out.
Really?
Right.
All of it.
Yeah. So
you can't go. And why is it blurred out? I can't figure that out yet. Now we're right at the beginning of figuring all this out. This is a brand new site. It's just been discovered, less than a year, half a year. We're half a year into this. So if that, it's just going to take time, a little bit of time. I'll be going back out and really going over some of these, hoping to answer some of these questions. But yeah, you can't even zoom in on the area. Like I said, I tried today before coming on here because I just wanted to double check again, and you can't see these on Google Earth. You can't zoom in, and the whole area, surrounding area for a specific amount of distance is blurred out on Google Earth.
Is that the only place though? Like, do you go into other areas of the jungle?
Yeah,
and they're all blurred out as well.
Yeah, so on the map, once you get back over to the highway area and stuff like that, it's unblurred again.
Mm.
So once you get back into the civilization area, yeah, it's back.
And it's not like
see clearly.
It's not like you can't zoom in to any of these other. I'm doing it right now. You can zoom into anywhere, pretty much in the northern Peruvian area, and it's pretty. You could zoom all the way into some of these spots. So why would that area be blurred out? It's very, very strange.
Who has a? Oh, let me see.
All right.
Who's controlling the?
I got it.
Video feed and everything.
I got it. To me.
Garrett?
Yeah.
Garrett, yes.
All right, I'm gonna send you something.
Ooh.
Oh, and just for people who don't know, they blur the shit out of certain like government bases, nuclear bases. There's I found it a long time ago, east of Mono Lake in California, where there's this like volcanic field. There's supposed to be some kind of or it used to be a dump for like nuclear waste and stuff. They blurred that out. Yeah, so I mean they know what they're doing on that for sure. It's not just an accident. Like parts of Antarctica are old and blurred out because there's not that many shots of it that they can take.
Yeah.
Right? For
All right, I
Google
sent
Earth.
you a link there.
Okay, let me put this in.
Maybe we can but yeah, like that Pyramid Mountain that I was talking about, I can't look at that and figure it out, so this site really is, it requires boots on the ground, going out there to document the site, walk it, do stuff, and it's it's a hard site to get to. This was one of the more challenging ones just because of it's not like it wasn't doable. It's just, setting up the logistics to get out there, took me a bit, and I had to enlist some help from our intrepid guide Marcia from our Peru
No
tour.
way.
She helped me out. Yeah,
She did?
she came with me. Yeah, she came with me.
Oh, she did? How's she doing?
Yeah. She's doing great. She's amazing.
Oh yeah,
Wonderful. Yeah, she was so good and so
Yes,
helpful. Yeah,
Marcia.
she handled all the logistics and got it put together for me. So we were able to figure it out. But yeah, I couldn't get a car from Tarapoto. I couldn't rent a car. I couldn't do anything like that. So I had to hire a driver and then pay him to stay all day out there while I hiked up this mountain and everything to be able to get a ride back.
Stayed at the car.
Man, how much did it cost? Like $5 or something?
Yeah, I know, right?
Pretty close. Yeah, I don't
had to
even
pay
think it was
for
$100
all day.
All day. It was like $10, man. Jeez.
Hey, it sounded better the way I said it.
I did. But getting somebody to come out. Well, yeah, we did that in the UK too.
So this is a vague area where like at least should be somewhere in here. But yeah, once you get in, it's just.
I mean, it's got some. Those look like buildings.
So you're in the area there, and the megaliths don't show. They don't show on screen. If you zoom,
I see.
Here's some of the buildings, right? I would assume maybe
you're
this
on
is the one you're looking at. It would be
Yep.
here.
Down a little more, down behind that building, right there where your mouse
To the
is
left.
the area where the megaliths are, and they're not on screen.
No, they're not.
And now, if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see the difference in the blurriness between right there and there.
Oh, dude.
See that?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Really interesting.
Huh.
Just poorly. They need new photos.
Yeah. So that whole area is.
This
Yeah,
area right here.
I can't really.
But
Like
it
you
would
can
be-
tell what's going on.
I feel it would be like right here. You would be able
That's
to see it.
exactly where it should be. That's exactly where it should be, but they're not there.
Now, is there a chance? Because I see there's 2014 Google written, or is it 2020?
This was 2016.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
So it
2016.
just
So
could
is
be an older picture, but
is
come
there
on.
a chance in
Yeah,
2016 they were covered in the canopy or overgrown? I mean,
Well,
I
what
feel like
you'll
it could be a.
What you notice is, especially at least the two main ones
Yeah.
are in a field.
Right,
So
okay.
Yeah,
could
they
they be
should be here.
overgrown with grass?
Yeah.
I guess so.
No.
But that's a working farm, right? So they keep that area back there where the two main ones
yeah,
where you can
that
see
you're
'em.
standing on.
And they're just not there, which is very interesting.
And they look sun bleached. Like they look like they've been sitting in the sun for a long time.
Now
Those-
that might be
big
able to
long-
show us a pyramid.
Ooh. Okay, Google Maps has changed a lot. Holy
I
crap.
like Google Maps.
Yeah.
Trying to see where.
Have you gotten to Google Earth?
Oh wow,
Ooh,
look.
okay. Look at
Check
this.
it out
Now,
on
now
Google
we're getting
Earth.
somewhere.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
Google Earth.
Wait, right,
Okay.
right to
is
your
this?
left.
Is this?
Is that it? No,
No, that's
that's just a mountain. How many freaking little hills and mountains in America everywhere that we pass that are probably mountains?
right.
Oh, there's so
Maybe
many.
all of them.
Yo, Gregory Little is just such an amazing resource for mounds. Have you guys ever talked to him?
No.
No.
No,
If you
I
could
don't know who
get
that
him
is.
on, that would be amazing.
Hell yeah.
You say
He's-
Gregory
he's-
Little?
Gregory Little. If you guys should follow him on X. It always feels weird calling it X. You guys should follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, no, right. X.
No, I'm
And,
sticking to it.
I don't like it.
he's been documenting and writing books on the mounds in America for years, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them all over the country. And that kind of takes us in we explored a mound up by the Keweenaw Wall when I was up in Michigan that we think is a mound, which was really interesting as well. And that's an interesting site, not to take us off the Peru site. But
Yeah,
I
let's-
think
let's
I
talk
think
about
it's
that.
fine. Let's talk about that. So you just recently found this. It's a new site. Where is it for one?
so it's in
just to-
Michigan and the Keweenaw
Michigan.
Peninsula,
Okay.
upper UP, they call it. Everybody kept saying UP. I was like,
Yeah, UP.
UP, what is UP?
Oh, what the fuck?
It's
It's
Upper
up.
Peninsula of Michigan,
Oh.
yeah. So, but yeah, the Keweenaw Peninsula, and it's a really really interesting what looks like a wall stretching across a ravine.
It really does.
And I did
Okay.
include some pictures in the folder. But
Now, how did you
yeah, this is
find
the
how did you
video
find
here.
this site now?
Yeah, so people have been sending me kind of the same way that
Same
I-
thing.
I-
okay.
yeah, kind of same with the, people have been actually sending me stuff. You know, not a ton, but enough people are like, you got to go check this out. But here's the interesting thing: nobody knew where it was, right? So,
Oh.
Check it out, but where?
Could you
Yeah, I
drop
couldn't
a pin
go.
for me.
so yeah, I didn't know where it was. So, one guy finally reached out to me, but I don't know. It was real complicated with him. He wanted me to go on a radio show, and he wanted me to drive him from somewhere and pay for the whole trip and all this stuff.
Eh?
It was weird, and
Sounds sketchy.
it just didn't work out. So I put it aside. We did our Peru tour, and Andrew, Jeff and Andrew,
Cool dudes. Those guys are
they're
awesome.
Love
they're from
them.
up there, and Jeff was like, I know where this is. So if you want,
That's
No
awesome.
way. Really?
They were just on the Peru trip with you guys?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
No
cool.
way.
So I canceled
Right.
because I couldn't make I had a lot of extra time to go to the site in Peru after the tour, and it didn't work. So I canceled and I went home. And then they told me about all this, and Jeff told me he could take me to it. So I immediately bought a ticket, and I was up there the next weekend after the Peru tour. And we were up
Wait a
there.
minute, Jeff, can we just say, Jeff, why are you holding out on everybody? If you knew about this, what the hell?
What are you doing?
So
I had an
he
entire trip with you, bro.
You didn't even tell us about this. What the heck?
Is he the same guy who forgot to tell you about the pyramid and everything else in Peru?
well, Jeff was amazing and just so hospitable. And he's actually putting together a bunch of research from the area, because I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's a really interesting story around that whole upper peninsula there in Michigan that has to do with the Phoenicians and mining and everything like this. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
So
Hey.
there he is.
There he is. What's up,
Awesome,
brother?
dude. Such a good guy. So you know what? He told me about all this, about there's a possible petroglyphs and stuff up there depicting Phoenician boats. And there was all this mining and stuff. And Jeff, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think he was mentioning something about there being more copper or bronze distributed during the Bronze Age in Europe that could be accounted for, that would have been produced from the mines over there and stuff like that. So where did it come from?
Mhm.
Right. So what we do know is that there's ancient mines up in Michigan and that whole area up there. And then you have that petroglyph. And then you have a whole lot of other things going on up there that I'm hoping to break down in the video with Jeff's help later, probably in the next year. And so it has some interesting ties in that perhaps, that would, if you're able to make these connections, it shows that people were traveling across these oceans way before, accepted, archaeology and history and everything attributes. So it's a really interesting story up there. I was able to get up there and hang out with Jeff and Andrew, and he was kind enough to drive me around, take me to the wall. We visited another place of interest that he had, which was this mound that was in the middle of this circle, a whole hillside circling the mound, and then goes out into the to the lake. But there's the wall, and it has a lot of like blocking and different things going on in it. Obviously there's some cracks, clear cracks that go through it, but a lot of it looks like blocking and stacked,
like brick.
like stacked stones on top of each other. Now that would have stretched across the other side, because on the other side you can see where it would have linked up, but the whole center section
of the
knocked
ravine
out.
You mean?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
it's
Cool.
clear that it went across the entire ravine at some point.
Wow.
Because you can see the other side. The other side matches up with it. But I dropped that video, I guess a week or two ago, or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the drone footage is really cool of it, just to see the wall at a different perspective.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to do is dig it out. Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
Now, is this on private property or?
I believe so technically, but it's just like, it's right off a main road. And we did get stopped while we were out there, and they asked us, like, they really were just concerned if we were out there hunting. We said no, and then they were like, "Oh, well, have fun, enjoy."
No, we're looking at rocks. Like,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just looking at rocks. I wasn't close enough. I was taking a piss off in the tree line, so Jeff handled that. I don't know. Maybe he can hop in here and tell you what they said, but yeah, we had a good time there, and I'm hoping to go back and do a little bit more on that, get some more actual like better close-ups and stuff like that on the wall.
Oh yeah, you could see it's barely on this corner over here, but you can see it.
Yeah, where it links up.
Whoa.
And it would have stretched across that whole ravine. That's a deep ravine there.
You see it.
You can kind of get a sense of in the video how steep the ravine was that we went down in there. It's kind of hard to tell on video.
I'm so curious if there's stuff underneath the hill, right? Because this is kind of, it's just goes straight into this hill. Now, is there more? Is this natural? I mean, I've seen things of natural rock that look like they could be like this, but I've seen enough megalithic sites now to question everything. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, it could go either way to me.
Yeah, my view on that is always that if it's interesting, just keep document it.
Right.
Like, what's the worst that happens?
I like it.
It's not an ancient
Not
site.
interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we tried.
It's pretty similar to what I've been doing with the Sage Wall for years now, is that if Sage Wall ultimately is determined to be a natural formation, well, we've just provided more data to the geological community in terms of the area and the boulder bath and stuff like that. But what keeps happening with the Sage Wall is more and more interesting things happen that are kind of like making us scratch our head, So with the ground penetrating radar and there being a flat surface 15 feet down, the wall being highly magnetic, the surrounding evidence of cup holes and carved features inside the rock, the absolute perfectly straight line that the wall maintains, the alignment with I think solstices or something in the area. I'll have to double check that one, but yeah, we just keep finding more and more stuff that keeps propelling us forward. So why would we not continue to investigate? And I feel the same way about the sites too, especially with Peru.
Yeah. Well, there was this thing I read about Michigan years ago about a Stonehenge underwater.
Yep.
That's like 9,000 years old or some crazy amount. It had, and you know, so something been going down in Michigan for a long time.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't surprise me that, you know, a lot of the stuff got just decimated and covered. And it's almost like it feels to me like that wall, just a part of it got saved. A portion of it was saved by Earth, right? And like maybe
Yeah.
just the way that the water was flowing or something that blew out the middle, you know, but the rest of it's preserved. And they're like, man, I want to dig into that hill and find out, like, does it extend? Is there rooms under there somewhere? Did you bring your
That would be
LiDAR with you?
great. No, not that time.
Okay.
But I will be hitting these sites. I did LiDAR the cart ruts in Peru, and then it wasn't working when I got up to the top of the mountain to hit the actual megaliths.
No.
I know, right? But at
Oh,
least I got the
that's
ruts, and then you know, I'll try. I'm going to be trying to hit the Keweenaw wall also. But yeah, you know, again, like the whole Michigan area, like you were talking about, if you guys want to dig into something, just look up Phoenicians in America on YouTube, and you guys can go down a rabbit hole.
That's
There's
rabbit hole.
videos. Yeah, there's videos out there documenting this stuff, explaining a lot of the things that I briefly mentioned earlier. It's a good one to get into, and I think worth investigating. A lot of these stories and stuff that you know, the mainstream archaeology and history outright just dismisses. These are the reasons why there's such divisiveness between the communities, is because of this just complete, total dismissing of things that I think everybody here would agree with me. We all have the opinion of are worth further investigation, especially when you have people willing to do it. I'm not the
Yeah.
detail guy. My interest is in documenting and adventuring and filming these things and bringing them to people's awareness. You know, there's so many people that are willing to do the work, whether it from getting there like I do and documenting it, and then sharing it with people that are willing to spend hours and hours and hours going over details and stuff. So I want to get the information and put it out there so people can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lack of humility that's insecurity, right? So when you hear it's shit get absolutely dismissed, like Flint the Dibbler, that's insecurity because that guy or girl's complete identity is wrapped up into whatever they think they know. A true scientist would go, you know, we haven't found anything on that yet. I can't put anything out of the realm of possibility because I don't know everything. But we haven't found any evidence. And unfortunately, without that, we don't have the funding to look into it. But maybe someday we will. Maybe we'll find out. We don't know. It's so simple to do that. And that's probably the honest answer in a lot of cases. But no, it's just like, no, we absolutely know. The scientists settled on that. Blah, 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 you know, it's like
that's not science.
That's not
That's
science.
not how it works. Yeah.
Makes me more
Science is not
suspicious.
settled.
It's
The science is
ignorance.
never settled.
No.
There's never an ending to science or asking questions. And I would say that the quote unquote pseudo archaeology community is doing better and more real science than any of these guys that are yelling at the top of their lungs about stuff like Dibbler and these guys. You know, if you're shutting down ideas and thoughts and stuff, that's not disinformation that you're fighting against, you know?
Yeah.
On a
Pure
much
arrogance.
smaller scale.
I'm glad we have
Michael,
Mavericks.
Yeah, on a much smaller scale, that's what culturally we deal with, right? With the mainstream news or legacy critics or anything, or people try to shut us down, is they just go, they're bad. We can't listen to them. Apparently, there was some. I love the thumbnail so much, but there was some guy out there that just says, "I ruined fandom," and it's like, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Just you, Gary. It was
just
you.
me. Just me. It's like, no. But like
Thanks a lot, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome. You're welcome. I ruined everything.
Single-handedly ruined the fandom.
I can't single-handedly
I think
do anything.
I think we're witnessing a change in the air. I mean,
Yeah.
all around
Yeah.
the planet, we're witnessing the death rattles of this legacy way of
And it's glorious.
of
It's great.
everything we're talking about, culture and archaeology, science, all these different institutions that have been running on auto almost for decades are suddenly everyone just kind of stepped out and they're just riding straight off a cliff and we're all just
Yeah.
watching them like, okay, bye. Well, we don't need you. We
Right.
realize we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
Like the
That's
internet
it.
has allowed us to connect to each other and bypass all of their systems, and
Right.
it's just
We don't need
totally
you
destroyed
anymore.
them. Right.
And they're
Precisely.
committing suicide.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see that in the
Yeah.
you can see that in the way that the museums are shutting down or their departments are shutting down. I mean, hell, just go look at these guys' YouTube channels and how many people are following them and paying attention to them.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what they have to say. And
True.
you know what? I'm not trying to be a dick about that, because it's not like archaeology and history isn't needed or isn't important. What's happening is how it's being presented, and by the people that are presenting it, they're assholes. I have
Yeah.
archaeologists
Pompous
that I've never
pricks.
communicated with to get onto my pages, and just from the very beginning, they just talk shit, and I've never said, I don't go onto their stuff and say ugly stuff. So what's the motivation here?
Arrogance.
Yeah.
So
Jealousy.
When you attack
Where-
someone's worldview, most people's instant reaction is fight or flight. They need to attack and defend themselves. And that's essentially what you're doing. You're attacking their entire worldview because that's what they've went to school for. They
Mhm.
probably are in debt still from going to school to learn this institutionalized worldview. I mean,
Right.
this is across the spectrum, right, of everything. But of course, archaeology, we've
Well, when
seen.
your
I mean,
identity-
you have a firsthand experience with these guys.
yeah, when your identity is wrapped up in a job title,
Yep, exactly.
That's
sorry,
bad.
man, but that must suck. That must suck
Yeah.
for you.
That
It
must
the
really-
reason-
dude, it really does. It like
Yeah.
Suck.
it absolutely does. I was guilty of it at the stupid comic store. Like that got to me, right? That my identity was all wrapped up in it, and it took me years to deal with that shit. It's stupid. It's stupid.
But once
It's just a job. It's just
Yeah,
an
and-
aspect of your life. It's just part of your life. And the whole like idea, Adam, it's not your fault. Like we all say worldview.
Yeah.
You should have a world idea, a general
Yeah.
idea at best. Maybe a world assumption, a world speculation, but a view means it's finalized. I don't have any of that. I don't fucking know.
Gary, I never want to. I never want you to ask me if I can turn left again. Okay,
Okay.
never again.
Can you turn
It was
left?
it was just a job. Damn it.
It was just a job.
The files are in the computer. All right, sorry.
Can you turn left?
Yes, I can turn left. Damn it.
But it's great to see. Adam brought it up earlier that we're kind of returning to this golden age of the sciences and of archaeology and adventure. And Luke brought it up last week. Is in the beginning of all this, these guys were quacks. They were thought of as crazy people that would go out in the middle of the jungle. And what are you even looking for? It's there's nothing out there. And then that's how we've got to where we are now. And at some
Right.
point in the last 150 years, people have like gotten into their institutions, they got their doctorates, they got all this paperwork, but they forgot the adventure part. And there's people
Right.
now like you and Luke and so many people out there that are returning to that. And it's great to see.
Complacency,
Yeah,
comfort,
yeah,
and
they really have.
complacency.
Mhm.
Ge-
Yep.
And guess what? Like, there's plenty of things that I could be wrong about when I'm covering different places around the world. I don't care. I'm still going to cover them. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. And they can say they can say whatever they want. Oh, that's just this, or that's just this natural thing, or that's this. Cool, man. I'm going to document it so we can talk about it for
Yeah.
a while.
And
Right?
the
Like,
crazy
and share
part
it.
is science, it's about being wrong probably most of the time.
Right.
Yes, that's what science is about.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and not being attached to some type of institution where that can be damaging to you, your self-image or your reputation or your job or anything like that is a great feeling. I love not having anything to do with that. I've effectively become unemployable.
Yep.
I don't think I could ever have a job again. So
That's why
Yeah,
you're your own
same.
boss. It's
I
great.
love it.
Well, you just keep that in mind and you don't go back,
Right. Yeah.
I think, Luke, when he retweeted the first time you came out with this discovery, he said, something to the effect of, they said the age of discovery was over, and it should be completely exciting to every
I saw that.
archaeologist out there that the age of discovery is not over. It's far from over. And you have
It was
job
just
security.
beginning.
That's your comfort right there. Is you have to get off your ass and go out and look at these places. And when it comes to funding, you guys got to figure out different ways. And it's gonna, like, the funding for exploration in a lot of cases has always been privatized. They always have to run to some really mega rich dude or some artist or somebody to fund them, or run to Elon. And now people can do it. You do it through these tours and stuff. And, or if you could just go on a vacation and check it out, and you might see something different, a fresh pair of eyes on something, even if it's been looked over 1,000 times, 10,000 times, is great.
And I think it involves, it's even better when a community of people is involved. So I don't know if you guys saw the post that I did recently, but I'll be starting in the next month or so doing polls on places that haven't been documented or visited yet, letting people pick. And then I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to these places that people have been sending me. I'm already doing it, going to places that people are notifying me of. But in the next month or two, I'm going to make it a regular thing, and probably every 3 months visit a site specifically in North America that people are pointing out that haven't been documented well yet. And hopefully just bring, a community together in terms of involvement, of like sharing all this information, getting it out there, getting boots on the ground, documenting it, and sharing it in a way that people can like analyze and go over and look at the details of. And I think it'll be really fun too, to get something like that going with everybody. And before you know it, what I'm hoping to inspire in people is to find something near you that you can just take a walk or maybe a hike for an afternoon and go look at and share the pictures with people. You never know.
Yeah.
You really don't. And I mean, I've said this about the trip, but the people that we met on your trip to Peru, they were some of the most welcoming, inviting, exciting, relaxed people, and just inquisitive. And we just all got along really well. And it's wild to think that this community, I guess if you want to call it, is just
fellowship.
This grouping of people of the same interest, there we go, are so awesome.
Yeah. Ready for the adventure.
It was to have that many people on a tour and to not have an argument is phenomenal. Like, it's crazy. It's unheard of. We were all just,
I didn't see a single one. Did y'all?
No. And everybody was like, okay, let's go here. Let's go here.
Yeah.
We're like,
well, except for Adam. Adam was arguing with everybody.
Yeah, we had to kick him out.
The UK. We had to kick him. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Man, I'm over here all depressed listening to you guys talk about Peru, and then you kick me when I'm down. All right.
I saw your face. I couldn't help it.
Next time, baby. Next time.
You got something way better than a trip to Peru, bro. Way
That's
better.
true.
Yeah.
I know,
Come on.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And Peru's not going anywhere.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll be back.
No, it's
or you could come. You could go somewhere else. You could go somewhere else next year.
Well, if you're not like going to Turkey or going to the moon or wherever you're going, like we're going to the UK, you can come with us, Michael. Going to
Michael. So I live in the middle of the forest, but right next to me, my literal direct property right next to my house is actually not a World Heritage site, but the Swedish version of it. There's a stone that's inscribed.
I was going to say, you showed me that picture.
82. Yeah, and Vikings have been living in my area for probably thousands of years. There's these giant boulders that are all in my area. Probably tens of thousands of years ago, a glacier dropped them all off right here, and the Vikings would burrow up underneath them or next to them. So there's these holes that I find them. I'm going through my forest and I'm walking through, and I will see like, oh, I would definitely live there. And because, there's this giant boulder that's like the size of a house with another boulder leaning up against it with like, just like a perfect little spot like that you could tent under. I'm like, yeah, Vikings definitely live there.
I want to see that for sure. And put me down for the UK. I'm 100%
all
in.
right.
Tickets bought.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't take any convincing. And I'd love to see that forest and the boulders. The picture you showed last time is I immediately was like, yeah, I want to go see that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some history in these woods.
All of it. I'm in.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You know what it says on that stone, by the way? It's we were all black women, as far as the Vikings.
That's a given. I don't even need that written. I knew that
Oh,
inherently.
Netflix
Yeah,
told me.
Amazon told me.
Must be fact.
Nice.
See?
Now that's
Where you
real
go, Michael? Where are
history.
you going next? What's your
Yeah.
next? You obviously you've been going everywhere. Where are you going next? What's your
Yeah.
plan?
Well, I think I need a little break, so I'm gonna go see some family this week for Thanksgiving up in East Texas, and then I'll be going up to Gettysburg, so I'll be out on the East Coast visiting the friend up there and checking out some historical stuff there, and being a part of festivities in the town in December. I'm going back to Peru. I haven't figured out the exact dates yet, but that'll be hopefully early 2025. There's a possibility that I'm in Italy during December as well, in Rome.
That's
Possible.
rad.
I am so jelly. Oh my god.
You
So I'm
can see
waiting
where
to find
you can
on
see where they
that.
kept the sharks at the Colosseum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet. Is it that bad?
It's mid. It's 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, total
Okay.
5 out of 10. I mean, like, if you go, you won't like hate yourself for it, like going to Madame
Yeah.
Web or the American Society of Magical Negroes or Marvels. Like you'll at least have a spectacle to look at for sure.
So like Ant-Man and Wasp level.
It's a little better than Ant-Man and Wasp. I'm not going to
Okay.
diss it that much. I hated Ant-Man and Wasp, so
It's a bit more entertaining than that.
yeah, it's way more entertaining than Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah. So I'll give you guys something. I've been trying to get to Russia for 2 or 3 years.
Cool.
So we'll see how the inauguration goes and if things
Calm down.
calm way down. Because
Yeah.
if they do, as soon as they do, I'm in Russia and I've already
Oh man.
I've planned this trip out. I have the guide. I have everything done except getting there from 2 years ago, my contact and everything to get over to Gornaya Shoria in Russia and Azerbaijan and document those 2 sites over there.
Yeah.
So as soon as Russia opens up, I'm there. So fingers crossed, World War III doesn't happen in Russia and Ukraine. We can broker a peace deal. If Russia opens back up and they take the sanctions off where I can use my credit cards and have access to money while I'm there,
right.
I'm there immediately. So, I mean, the day after, if I can, I'll be over
Yeah.
there. So
Oh,
if
yeah.
that can happen in 2025, that would be pretty big.
Let's really hope that happens.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm rooting
I
for
agree.
it.
Not just for my sake. Let's, but for
A lot of humans, not
yeah,
dying. I'm for
right,
that.
exactly.
I'm for
Yeah.
humans not dying.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that. So I'm in Sweden, and they actually sent out these pamphlets to prepare for war. Like this is
Jeez.
No kidding.
literally like a prepare for war, get food stocked up.
Wow.
Know your neighbors, get ready. Listen to what the different war sirens mean.
Big tunnels.
No, well, I got the Viking holes, so I'll just
There you
go
go.
under some boulders. But I honestly, I think this is fluff. I don't believe this is the case. I don't. I just in my head, I'm like, I believe that Trump is going to be a return to form, as far as like peace on the planet. I don't know. I just
Certainly
I hope
feels
so.
I
different
love
already,
how
doesn't it?
Biden and Kamala wanted to start World War III and then they went on vacation. So I mean, it's hard for me to
Yeah,
take
it's
them
like, shoot the rockets,
seriously.
guys.
Yeah, it's
right.
like,
We're going to the beach.
Yeah, dude, they just dropped it and then we're like, peace.
peace
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Going to Hawaii
Mhm.
or
It's wild.
Brazil, right? Was it Biden?
I'm gonna go to the
doing
jungle.
ayahuasca in the Amazon jungle.
Who knows?
talk. Maybe
We're
we're
gonna go talk to
war
the
with
machine elves.
No, we're gonna go to war with the machine elves. That's our next
no.
war. Okay.
Oh my god.
Of course,
We're
they're
gonna bomb the
warmongers. It makes
machine
sense.
elves.
That
Oh.
would make sense. He's just down in Peru tripping on ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Pedro.
I mean, he was
World
already
War
pooping his
3D.
pants. So what the hell?
Yeah. Why not go full on?
Oh, dude. Oh yeah, I just saw the message here. I'm gonna send you guys the link right now.
Yes, because people are actually like interested to seeing this channel. It seems in the chat,
Yeah, and I would love for people to support him. He's the whole reason that this was brought to anybody's attention.
and
What was his name again?
Dilmer.
Dilmer, right.
I'm hoping AI helps with a lot of this translation because his channel probably is super undersubscribed because he's not reaching
very under
English.
I got it. I got the link. I'll drop it in the chat for everybody.
Population.
You did get it? Okay, perfect.
Yep, I got it.
So it's Discovering Impressive Places, but it's in Spanish. And
there you go.
Wonderful guy, hugely helpful. He's completely responsible for putting this on the map. And yeah, he's got videos that have hundreds of thousands of views. And I think he's sitting at maybe 2,300 subscribers. So to show him some love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
because it's all in Spanish.
You too.
Yeah. That's gonna, like, in the next I will say, I won't even say a few years, next couple of years, AI is going to be able to work that out automatically.
I hope so.
They're working on it on YouTube already. I've already been told that. So
that would be huge.
That would change YouTube's working like crazy on it because it would make them tons of ad money. That's why they're doing
hell
it.
yeah.
So it would increase their profits by, it would be an insane percentage.
Huge.
But you know, it's unfortunate, but right now, even in this space, your space, the ancient civilization space and exploration, it's still like your videos. This discovery is so new, so we're talking about it. Snake Bros probably talking about it. Luke's talking about it, and then that's going to get to Randall, and it's going to get to Graham. And Graham probably already knows, and then he'll talk about it, and then it maybe gets to Joe Rogan, and then like you'll see your video just kind of start creeping up because everybody's looking at it.
So Garrett was, you mentioned earlier, you know, mobilizing everybody to like share this, tweet it out to Rogan and everything. I'm dropping the short. As soon as we're done with the interview, I'm going to drop this short, and it's a perfect thing to push out there to try to get people's attention on. So as soon as I drop that short tonight, I would definitely encourage everybody to like take that and share it with people and send it out there. If you guys want this site to blow up and really, you know, get some attention, I feel like the short is really does it justice.
Yeah.
And of course I have the thread on Twitter that goes over everything as well, but I'm going to drop that on all my social platforms and then on my YouTube as well, that short. And it's a banger.
You should drop it like right now, right at the end of the
show.
Right at the end.
Right at the end, so that everyone here just goes and watches it.
Kicks
it. You know what? I'll do it.
Yeah, that immediate boost, you know.
Well,
just get it ready. Get it ready.
Okay, I'm doing it now.
The only guy I know who knows Rogan is Metzger. Kerp.
Yeah.
You need to get Kerp on this show.
I'll hit up Kerp and see, you know.
I feel like Jimmy's kind of got Rogan's ear now.
Oh, Corsetti?
Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Jimmy's probably seen this already. Jimmy pays attention, so he's probably seen this.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. That's true. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But like, I'll you know, I don't know Jimmy as well as I know Kerp, but DM, I love Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's
great.
He was just on Rogan last week and
crushed
it. And I love what he's doing with the Gobekli site, exposing all that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to drop this here before we end. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Let's do it.
Share it out.
Let's read some
people.
suits.
Yeah, and then I'll remind me, and I'll mention it on other. I'll mention it on FNT. Fuck it. So just remind me. Put a pin in that. It always helps.
We'll see if I can make it work.
Hey, chat. How are you, chat?
I think we're getting there.
Sorry, I was hanging with my boys. Hanging with my boy. And oh my God, like Melissa's family's she's got so many cousins, it's ridiculous.
Has it been crazy?
Yeah. So we got a baby here for the first time. Like, so Melissa's like, I want one. I'm like, you had two.
What's another?
She wants a
baby.
She's all, but I'm out. She's all, but they're old and grown up now.
Just tell her to come visit. You guys
Gotta
can just
Yeah.
have your
visit me.
kids.
Yeah, you want to
Make
have you want to
kids.
have a babysitter
Yeah,
over
just
there? Yeah,
get
she'll
Yeah,
do it.
kids.
She will
tell
do
her to
it,
come.
dude.
Tell her to come
She
visit.
will do it.
I need a
no,
haircut.
we got a new Wagner. Yeah,
need a
she'll do that too. We got
She
a new
will.
we got a new Wagner named Maxine. Her name is Max, and she's freaking cute as hell, dude. She's
Nice.
Oh.
Cute.
yeah, you could adopt. You're right, Jose Taco. Adoption's an option. I was adopted. Okay, maybe I'm not the best case, but like other nice people were adopted. Logan Miller has gifted 10 Nerdrotic Live memberships.
Hey!
$100.
Oh, 50. I'm mathing bad, but yes.
that?
A
My
half a
math
clap
ain't
then.
bad.
Oh my
Half a
God.
Half
clap.
clap.
What is
Have
wrong
fun.
with your map?
I
It's
don't know. I'm
$50 is
so
still awesome.
sleepy right now.
Aren't you Asian?
Not
Oh
tonight.
my God.
Not tonight.
Hey, Trigger, are you okay?
No.
She's been traveling a lot, so
Tell me
You've
about
been
it.
going
Reset.
everywhere.
Not like Mr. Michael Collins though. He
Yeah. I
literally
don't know,
has been
it's-
traveling like North America, South America, North America, South America.
Going back to Peru so soon afterwards was yeah, it's like, I mean, that was one of those like, just you got to buckle down and just get out there. But within 2 weeks of coming back home, I was like, you know,
It's
that's
stressful.
yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
the flight, you know, it's like my flight coming back left at 2 a.m. on Thursday, so I was
Yeah.
flying till like 1
Oh,
p.m.
God.
until I got back in Austin.
God.
No, thank
But
you.
I will say this: I do like Copa Airlines because you can bid on their business class,
Oh,
which
same.
I did and
we
I
talked
won.
about this. We were like, it's so nice to stretch
that is
out.
cool.
They give you a little pouch of like nice little things like an eye mask and
Bro,
They do.
brush.
it is a ridiculous amount of money, and I hate flying so much that like I just pay it. I do it. It's makes flying so much easier.
It
just
makes it so
does.
much better.
It's not.
and-
yeah.
I think anybody once you get up into our age range, anything over 40, it's like flying for an extended amount of time. I just get off the plane and I feel like I'm like
Well,
my whole body hurts. You know,
You
like,
are a tall human being too, so the knee space in like
yeah.
regular chairs.
Mm.
Oh,
No way.
bad.
it's no
No
good.
effing way. So it's a gaudy expense. Like when it comes to hotel rooms and stuff, I try to get an extra room for recording or something like that. Or but I'd rather just get 2 cheap hotel rooms. All I need is a bed. I don't need anything else other than that. But when it comes to flying, I'll be a little
That's the
bougie.
expense.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I could see you from my regular seat.
that was so funny.
They slowly
I
closed
was
the.
all, "What's up, Garrett?" As I laid down and relaxed and turned on my TV and got my warm towel.
Oh, that's so hilarious.
Yeah, and it helps with the anxiety. And when Melissa's like, "You're kidding
You
me,
look
right?"
back at Garrett and the curtain slowly shutting.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, funny all the same. Josh Kelsey has dropped 20 and says nothing because that's what Josh does. Thanks, brother. Steve Watson for 20 British pounds, proper British money. Oh, for now. I think soon the dollar will actually be worth more than the pound sterling. We'll see.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank
103,000 subscribers times 4 lurkers at $10 each, dig funded. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, if the reason Michael and Luke and the Snake Bros, somebody was shouting them out in the chat too. We love those guys. They're awesome. We can't wait to get them back.
Love Kyle and Russ
Dude,
Yeah,
they're so
Cool
cool.
dudes.
And you know, Graham
and Luke.
and Luke is brilliant. Luke is going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a star. Luke's going to be a star.
I watched Luke's video on Gladiator 2.
It's so funny.
he-
He's
I haven't
like,
seen
like-
it yet.
He okay, well, I'm only gonna spoil one thing. He used the "I'm not entertained" so much And then I watched your video, and you were like, I don't know, like a minute in, you're like, and I'm not gonna say like every other 3,000 YouTuber that said they're not understanding. And I was like, oh man, Luke, it's so funny.
Well, Drinker
Anyway,
used it
sorry.
too, so there you go.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna use it. And I'm like,
The lowest hanging of
Lowest
fruit.
low.
yes, and like usually I'm all for picking that low hanging fruit, and I will not judge my friends for doing it. But like the only
Well, you
joke
did
I
at
had,
the end.
dude, yes, the only joke I had left was to mention that everybody else has done it, but I'm gonna cave
Yeah.
anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Eric K for $2 says, Adam, raise your volume.
I did.
Okay.
I
Oh,
sound
that's a
better,
long
right?
time.
Eric,
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a long time. I
Yeah.
saw that. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate
And then
it.
he says, waiting for Nerdrotic, there and back again. Oh, that would have been good. That would have been good. Yeah. So football game, it is my fault because I don't regularly go to NFL games anymore. I used to all the time. I did the numbers in my head, and halftime today, I've been to over 300 NFL games in my lifetime. Like
Really?
a lot. Like a
Wow.
lot. Like a
Wow.
lot. Well, for
Holy
many,
shit.
many years, I went to every home game. And then if the Chargers played in LA or anywhere near there, my dad would take me out to Arizona or whatever, or go up to Seattle. I had an
Cool.
uncle who was an equipment manager for Seattle, so I got to see Seattle games. This is when I was like a little kid. So I've seen a lot of freaking NFL games, but haven't lately. And I just assumed that every game started at 1 on the West Coast, and it's like 3 or 4 on the East Coast, and it was or was supposed to be 1 here. I just assumed it was going to be 1 p.m. here because it's the same on the West Coast, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Wait, are you in Texas?
No, I'm in Wisconsin right now.
Oh, okay.
Johnson.
Yeah, we
What-
came up here because like we haven't
What's your
traveled enough.
background there?
What was that?
What's your background
Oh,
behind you?
We put this together in a day. We bought a couple of shelves on Amazon. I bought a
Wow.
couple of things at the con, and then Melissa thrifted some stuff and literally pulled shit off the shelves around the house, and we just built a background in a night.
Which is
That is
good
good.
because it was
Amazing.
all white and he looked like he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
under ransom.
It's not good. It's not a good look.
So I'm here for like another week. Yeah, I'm here till December 1st.
Maybe get a extra light or something.
Oh,
Like,
I just don't want it. Like I have an extra light. Hang on. I just didn't want it in my face.
oh, okay.
I hate it shining
It's,
in my face.
it's moody.
Well, I can't.
It's
I can't
forbidden
really
to
see
hear.
your face though.
Here,
I know.
I mean, I get the moodiness.
Is that better?
There you go,
Is that
yeah.
better?
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
can see
Open
you.
up
Oh
that
no,
bird.
turn it off. Turn it off.
Oh, God.
Wow. It's hurting too much.
Ah!
It's the male version of Jenny Nicholson of just like putting
Just-
Vaseline on that, blurring everything out. Yeah. Oh shit. See,
What have you done?
The light.
Now-
It was the light.
It was too
Yeah.
much for the camera.
it was
It
too
broke
much.
the camera.
It broke the camera. Fuck.
Rip.
I just
Oh,
gotta turn it
no.
back.
Sponsored
turn-
by
you
El
could-
Gato.
Yeah, sponsored by there I am right there.
Manual focus.
Yeah, enough about me though. We put this together quick. Where are you?
I'm at my buddy Ben has a place here in Austin called Muted Studios.
Nice.
Muted Studio. And this is where I did the interview with Graham
Yeah.
Hancock. And I was having the same thing going on that you had earlier. I had my room looked like I'd been kidnapped on camera, and I was in just some white prison cell or something, like X-Ray mentioned earlier. So I hit him up like last minute yesterday and was like, yo, help me out. And he hooked it up, man, set me up in the studio here and got everything hooked up for me. And it looks so much better.
It looks
Things are-
great. Tell them
Yeah.
well done. Well done.
Yeah, things are
Yeah.
going good. I figured we needed up at least the look of the production value. So we're doing good. This is great.
Yeah.
Melissa's thrifted this for $1.49.
Wow.
That is so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh,
It's
cool.
a
pyramid.
little pyramid.
Yeah, that's dope.
I need to get a bush. I might put a bush up in this place.
Um,
you've got
let it
some.
grow.
Well, oh, you mean a plant?
Yeah,
Go to
a
bush.
Let
bush.
it grow. It's fine.
A plant?
Yeah, a
I
bush.
was gonna say, I thought you were
yeah.
married.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you get a couple plants. Like get
Yeah.
real ones. Don't get fake ones.
Yeah, some
Yeah, but then I
greenery.
gotta take care of them.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks
Oh.
great.
I gotta like squirt.
You know what? Make a Lego one.
Or get,
That'd be
you
so
get one of
small.
those- so you can get like those ivies that never die and they don't even need sunlight.
That's a good, yeah.
You know?
Ooh.
They still need
just-
water though.
Yeah.
Do you have to? But you only have to water them like mine.
You
I
just,
just
like-
water it whenever I remember that it's there,
You're like, oh yeah.
and it's going
Oh,
strong.
shit.
It's going strong. It's almost made of the year, and there's no. It's doing good.
Yeah, I should throw
Wow.
one of
And
those
you-
in the background.
The amount of traveling you do too, and it's still alive. All right.
I'm
I know.
impressed.
I
I'm
know.
impressed.
So I'll leave that poor little guy for several weeks. Yeah, the animals. It's rougher on the animals not eating for a couple weeks and having water. But
Yeah, and just feeding them
They're
when you
fine.
remember they're there. But it worked.
If you get enough animals, they'll take care of each other. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
One
an
way or another.
ecosystem.
one way or another.
yeah.
Jose Contreras says at the San Antonio meetup for Egypt, the Serpent Brothers presentation was the construction of the pyramids. I see a lot of resemblance on the temples in the Americas in those of Egypt. There is. Graham's gone into that too. There's a lot of stuff that echoes Egypt. Well, especially the religion aspect or the spirit, the journey of the spirit after you die. You know, there's a lot of echoes there. Crazy stuff. Thanks, X-Ray. I can now claim the title from Dr. Fauci. I am science because I am probably wrong most of the time. There you go. Proof.
I am science. I like that.
I am
That's a
science.
tagline.
I am science.
He said that. He fucking said that.
He did say it.
Oh,
That's so
such a
true.
narcissist.
He
Said
is
that.
science.
He
I
literally
am
said
science.
that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
literally said it.
Oh
on
my
an interview.
god. Ego on that, man.
What did you guys say? Who said it earlier? The hubris or the arrogance?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
arrogance.
can you even say that out of your mouth?
I called them.
without-
I called them pompous pricks.
Yes.
And
That's a
Oh.
good
Well,
description. there.
Neil deGrasse fuckhead
can't
on
stand
Bill
that
Maher.
Oh, he got schooled.
Oh, yeah.
By
Yeah, he
Bill
did.
Maher, and Gary Nolan goes out there, you know, bitchy queen that he is from Stanford. He's like, he hasn't been in a lab in 10 years. That's not a science. He's a TV scientist, and he fucking he rips that guy. I love, like, he's so fucking savage on him. You gotta that we've played that video a couple
Yeah.
times where he's like, just, you know, yeah, just and you know, that's an open-minded physicist on UFOs. Like, very open-minded. Like, he'll do interviews, he'll discuss the topic, he'll discuss the possibilities. He's worked on stuff for the government, and he's by the way, he'll remind you, like, unlike Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'm in a lab right now doing my interview. This is my lab, which is fucking awesome. So I
That's
love it,
awesome.
dude. Savage. Trump's administration, Garrett can be called 3/4 white, says Simon Ho for 2 Canadian.
Hey. All right.
There you go. Well, hopefully we get like disclosure. Hopefully we get a lot of things open up. Hopefully we get hopefully we can have some more research done here in this country. There's so much, like, Chaco Canyon is weird. We have to go there, Garrett. We have to go. You know what we could do?
You guys love it.
We need to go to that Mammoth Museum in Waco. We could all do that.
Cool.
We're all in the
Yeah.
area.
We should make a trip.
And the,
Make a little
the
trip,
cart
get
ruts.
Luke. Yeah.
And the cart ruts.
Yeah.
Yes.
and Rockwall.
Hell yeah.
I know. We should do it. We should do it.
Do a whole road trip.
Yeah.
Get a
I
couple
love road
RVs.
trips.
Yeah. We can
I'll
still
drive
buy
over.
we can still buy RVs in Texas. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
shit makes me want to buy
Jeez.
one.
Wait, what? You
know.
can't buy them
That's the
somewhere?
first thing I felt was a desire to buy an
California.
RV.
It's Twitter said it, so I'm not entirely sure if it's true or not. Okay, so forgive me. But
I don't think it's passed yet, but
yeah,
they're
certain
trying.
states want to ban California wanting to ban motorhomes. Absolutely, they're making all the truck companies, like, any truck made before 2010 is done. They will not be able to drive. There's no grandfathering it in or anything. It has
Not
to be
even like a
before
classic
2010.
Car? What
No,
about
truck,
classic
like,
cars?
no,
Are they out
18-wheeler
too?
truck, 18-wheeler
Oh,
truck.
those.
Yeah.
Okay. They're
Semi-
phasing all
Escape
those out.
from Escape from LA is becoming a
Real.
Real.
life.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Call?
Yeah, get out of there, bro.
Yeah, call. Get out of there.
He's watching.
Dude, random thought. I was looking at some old pictures of me at Tim Pool, and it looks like I'm talking to Andreas. There's a guy that looks, I don't know if it's him or not. I gotta find the picture now. God damn it. I'll show it to you later, Adam.
Okay.
It looks like I'm like, that guy looks just fucking like him. Did I not
Andreas,
remember talking
He
to him?
was there. He was there for a long time.
Okay, so I must have been talking to him, and I had
It might have been.
no memory of it, but I was so out
He
of
has
it
that
when I was
aura.
there.
You know, he'll
Yeah.
talk
Or
to you
maybe
so much, and you're
he
like,
cloaked himself. Maybe he like erased the memory or something like that. But I was like, when did I
Of all
talk to him
people?
at Tim Pool's house?
mean-
Like, what the fuck?
It's pretty
Um,
funny.
But I was so jet lagged and out of it there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was that the first time you like flew in a really long time?
in a really long time?
Yeah.
It was actually the first time I flew since much before COVID, and I took 2 flights.
I
was
know
not
you
a
were
good
not happy
experience.
about
I was
that.
not fucking happy about it. Not Tim's fault or anything, but like I was just like, whoa, no. But yeah, I just saw that random picture. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I suck for for not remembering that at all.
Andreas did not care. He's
I know he doesn't care. He's
way too nice for that.
he's an awesome guy. I love him.
So I got the video.
All ready to go?
The short.
I'm gonna upload it.
Wait, put the link in the private chat
Okay.
so we can all just go
Yes.
explode on it. Just plow. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. All right.
Plow. I wonder if I can raid. Well, no, I probably can only raid live streams, not actual videos. That's a shame.
See if I can pull this off. My skill sets lie more towards not non-technical. We'll say that. So we'll see if I can pull this off.
upload and then publish.
You can do it.
Do it. I believe in you.
Oh my gosh.
The pressure's on. We're all
It
staring at you
is.
now.
Have
Give
some,
him,
like,
give him
intense
full
music or
give him
something?
full screen now. It is Andreas.
Oh my god!
Like what the
That's
hell?
hilarious.
Wow.
2021. Wow.
Yeah.
Feels
Long
like
time ago.
30
God,
years
it's been
ago.
forever
It does,
ago.
bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
So okay, so once that uploads,
Upload?
You can do it.
upload,
I believe
I'm
in
a
you.
little tired, X-Ray girl. Sorry.
Oh, I
All
figured it
good.
out.
It's good.
I've been
I had a
going
nap.
all day today.
Me too. You're tired. It's
relatives.
friggin'
It's late for you.
It's 4:30 for me.
Whatever.
This is a
Oh,
competition.
I'm
That's
older
it.
than you.
It's just 4:30
Yeah, I
a.m.
win. Yeah.
I'm older than you. I win.
Like, hey, can we push the
'Cause I'm
show
gonna lose
2
first.
hours?
Like,
I was like, oh, I guess so.
I know. I felt so bad messaging
I
you.
suppose
I'm like, oh, the
so.
poor guy.
I literally went to sleep. I woke up about 30 minutes before the show started.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so did X-Ray girl because I woke her
I
up.
had to.
It's dedication. You do this every week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not this time. It's usually at 6:30
Yeah, which
Eastern.
usually that's
Not-
usually a little
so,
earlier.
which
Yeah.
is my normal hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
fine.
after you upload that, we're gonna wrap things up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm putting a title in now, so we're close.
Okay.
You said
so-
you were
Some
ready to
soups.
go.
Wow. Did you just make the video even now?
He just-
hold on, let me edit it real
It's
quick.
10 seconds.
Okay, Marco, if you're older than me, then Adam didn't hear that, but I win because I'm older than him because I lose first. But if you're older than me, then you lose first. So congratulations, you win.
Gosh,
Losing
that
There
was-
you
life?
go. There you go.
There's some
Yes, you're
hoops
losing
you were
life.
jumping through.
Alright.
Rich.
What does everyone
Whatever
have
it
going
takes,
on
baby.
this week? Ben.
What do you have going on,
Yeah.
Adam?
Well, I started a new gaming channel and I uploaded a hilarious stream of me, Garrett, Call, and Flawedzilla playing Chained together. It was a lot
Oh
of fun.
my god.
I know X-Ray
it's
had
good.
some,
I hate
some
that game
good,
so much.
good memories with that game.
No.
We had a good time. It's Commodore is my YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's it's got 100 subscribers, but I'll be uploading any gaming streams that I'd be doing over to It's Commodore on YouTube and Rumble and also Twitch, just amongst those things. You can also check out my show, The Crigler Show. I've been uploading music. I've been uploading all my clips of all my live streams that I do Monday through Friday. I go live. Base Staff Monday is every Monday night with the Base Staff boys. It's a lot of fun. It's like hanging out in a garage with a bunch of guys that love to rag on each other, and I don't even know what we talk about. It's always random. It's usually topical, but
Yeah.
It always devolves down a rabbit hole many times. It's just a lot of fun, so it gets hectic. But other
Good
than that,
time.
I have a blast, and thank you very much. Come check it out.
Excellent. How
Yeah.
about you, Garrett?
My new channel, Nega Garrett. I got a video coming out pretty soon. Hopefully, had to put on pause because we were helping somebody out with a video.
Who's that?
Might be Michael. So go watch that video. If you haven't watched Michael's video, my brother, my little minion, helped him out editing it. So
That's
crushed it,
awesome.
man. He crushed it so hard.
yeah, my contribution was the graphic going from Texas to Peru. That was my little bit I added there. So you can go subscribe to my channel, Nega Garrett, and watch those videos that are up there. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's it. That's it. Yeah. I was thinking, like,
You sure
is there
that's it?
more? I have a show. It's not happening this week. It's Normal World with Dave Landau and friends. We do stuff over there as well, just not this week because it's Thanksgiving.
No, I'm just gonna make you work for me.
Yeah.
That's it. Not too hard. Cool. X-Ray Girl.
Extra Girl everywhere. I play games on my channel. I also have morning roasts where I talk about pop culture, but in a more normie perspective, I suppose. So that's always fun in the morning. And since this is Thanksgiving, I'll probably be playing, I don't know what game on Thursday, but something on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe Lollipop Chainsaw. I heard that game is fun.
You should play Stalker too.
I heard I'm not going to be good at that.
That's why you should play.
I'm gonna be
That's why you
great
should
at it.
play it.
Is it scary?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Everybody make her play that.
But wait, should I play it with my harmonica?
Yes.
Of course.
Where is it? I lost it. Oh, it's right here.
Michael's like, what the hell are you talking about? She plays scary
I'm
games
playing
with a
scary-
harmonica, and it looks like she looks like the Gent from
And
freaking.
then because all you can hear is me breathing, like I'm scared because I go.
Oh my gosh. What's
it's
this?
kind of funny.
Is that the game? I just saw this. Is that the game where if you make a noise into your microphone or something?
Stalker.
Have y'all
There's a
seen that?
couple.
Ooh, that's a different game, I think. I've never
I
played
just saw that.
Stalker
I thought
before.
that
so-
sounded like an interesting concept.
Mhm.
But then X-Ray playing video games with a harmonica in her mouth sounds like an interesting watch as well.
No way Hollywood can compete with that, man. No way. Michael, you just dropped the short. Everybody, please share. Is there anything else you want to tell the fine folks about?
Yeah, the short's about to drop. It's uploading right now. It's about halfway done. So if you guys want to share that, I guess you could link my channel and it'll be out in the next probably 5 minutes or so,
In the
or
description.
something like that. If you in the description or something. But yeah, I do tours. We had such an amazing tour. If you guys, if anybody wants to join a tour, be a part of stuff, I've met some incredible people, and I've hung out with multiple people after the tour already. We've gotten into all kinds of stuff, which has been awesome. But at my website, wanderingwolfproductions.com, you can go over there and you can find information on the tours. We're doing Oaxaca in May, Monte Alban and Mitla and some other stuff. There'll be a Turkey tour coming up in 2025 as well at the end of the year. And I'm hoping to see a bunch of familiar faces on that one. Wink, wink. And
Aw.
what else we got going on? Yeah, so you guys can check out my interview with Graham over on my channel right now. It's featured on the
really
main
good.
thing. And I thought that went well. Graham's such an amazing person. And then check out this the video. The full-length video is out now on the Peru site, Megalithic de Capuli. And I'll be dropping a drone video here also probably within the week. So if you just want to like dig into that drone footage and content and stuff too, I'll be releasing another video that you can dig into. But the Keweenaw wall video is also out. And yeah, man, there's just a lot of good stuff going on. Everything's been going well, and channel's growing amazingly well. And I couldn't be more grateful to all the people that have been supporting me and all the new people that have been coming over the channel recently. It's awesome.
It's amazing.
You're always welcome back here, my brother. Like, thanks for Peru. It was a life-changing experience. It was really freaking cool. And if you guys could, Michael tries to keep these tours, priced where you can go. And if you can afford to go. It's absolutely worth it.
You can get in on the Oaxaca tour right now for like $2,000 for 6 days. So it's
It's
like
everything included, right? Like most.
everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's your stay, your transportation, to and from the
That's
sites,
amazing.
guides,
that's
food,
huge.
stuff like that. All the details on my website, wanderingwolfproductions.com.
Lifelong friends too.
Lifelong friends, exactly. We're all still hanging out in our little what's that chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
I
is
see
great.
it like active still. Like
Trish.
yeah.
Yeah,
We saw
Trish is
her.
in the. She was in the chat earlier.
Trish,
We saw her
Trish
in
is
Grand
Right now in the
amazing.
chat.
We love Trish.
Tons
And
of
I saw
people.
her post the other day with she was rocking those outfits. That was amazing. Was that at a conference that you guys were at?
Yeah, we were at Grand
Grand
Rapids.
Rapids,
She came to see
Comic-Con.
us at Grand
Trish
Rapids.
showed
and hung out
up.
with us. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
she's great.
So before we go, there's just a couple more soups. Sketch 174 for $1. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Eric K for $2 says extra girl harmonica equals mouth or
Organ Craig Ferguson.
what does that even mean?
Referring to Craig Ferguson.
I don't
Just
know who
accept
that
it.
is.
Just accept it. It's Eric. Eric, we love you. He's so strange and he's so at home here.
Oh my god, and something just dropped.
Hey,
Craig
waiting
Long,
for it.
hail.
Damn.
thank you.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Didn't even say anything.
Freaking
Chad.
Craig.
Just
Chad.
dropped it and
Chad.
said peace.
Thank you,
Oh,
Craig.
and then he says MLM mods lives matter. They do. They do. Well, what you poor guys go through just on FNT alone. Not from the good chat, from people who,
Haters.
some people don't like us. I don't know
What?
why.
What?
I know. It's weird. It's weird.
I'm gonna.
What do I have
Weird,
coming up?
weird.
Landman. I'm gonna stop this and go run and see Landman, which is a brilliant TV show. It airs on Sunday, starring Billy Bob Thornton. It takes place in West Texas. I'm even going to do a review on Nerdrotic Daily, like Tuesday or Wednesday. I love this show so much. So
Cool.
I'm going to go see Landman and then go to sleep, and then back to work tomorrow. We got a video.
Nooner.
We got a nooner video to work on, and some turkey to eat later in the week. So hey, I hope everybody has travels safely. Go and see your family if you can. I know a lot of people will be live streaming on Thanksgiving. We do it for Christmas for the people who can't travel. There'll be lots of fun live streams, but if you enjoy your time with your family, it's that's why we do all this. That's why we do all this. And we'll see you next week. What do we got? Oh, man, maybe we won't see you next week. We'll let you know. My travel schedule ends next week, and I'll be home for a long while, a good long while.
Till February.
Well, that's just a weekend. That's just
Okay.
MegaCon.
Oh, wait. There's one more that just popped in here. Simon Ho for 5 Canadian says, Gary, your time on Pierce Morgan when you laughed at that white dudes for Kamala guy's own hypocrisy was epic and historic. Congrats on keeping it real.
That poor guy. He got roasted. I felt sorry for him at the end. I'm like, outside of being like cringe and coming up with white guys for Kamala, he seemed like just like a normal guy who just got way over his head. Oh well, that was fun. That was a fun show. I'll be on Will Kane in a couple weeks. That'll be fun. Yeah. So thanks again, Michael, for coming on. Love you, brother.
Yes.
Love you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, shoot, you're welcome here anytime. You have the keys to the building, dude.
Nice.
And Modrotics, everybody in the chat, everyone who left a super chat and donation, we really appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace.
Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.